Israeli opposition to Palestinian statehood expressed outside as well as inside the United Nations. Addressing this crowd, the Deputy Speaker of Israel's parliament, who says Israel should annex West Bank settlements in retaliation for the Palestinian move.
The Palestinians will go ahead unilaterally. We must unilaterally take action as well. And I will recommend the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, to annex the Jewish communities in Judea and Samaria. This is not the way to negotiate.
And in the sheltered confines of the United Nations, the argument was less loud but no less intense. And during the day, talk of division among Palestinian delegates as to whether or not to go to the United Nations Security Council first rather than the General Assembly to seek membership. And a meeting between the US President and the Israeli Prime Minister, an opportunity to share opposition to either of the Palestinian options. Earlier, Barack Obama offered little new in his address to the General Assembly, insisting there were no shortcuts to a Middle East settlement, but not suggesting any new ways to break the long-standing deadlock. Enter the French president, who had ideas in abundance, suggesting the Palestinians should be given non-member status by the General Assembly rather than seek full membership in the Security Council, and outlining an accelerated timeline for negotiations.
Let us move forward. Let us move out of the fatal trap of paralysis, missed appointments and failed attempts to relaunch the process. Let us change our method, and let us change our state of mind.
The suggestions were described by the Palestinians as interesting, but it was made clear that seeking non-membership status in the General Assembly would only be considered after the request for full membership was heard in the Security Council.
We will give it a real try. We're not bluffing. We'll really give it a real try. And if we fail, we'll keep knocking at the door of the Security Council later. But when do we go to the General Assembly is a decision that has not been made yet. Most likely we will, but when is a decision that has not been made yet.
But you will not go before the Security Council. It's been submitted to Security Council. Is that correct?
We will not go before the Security Council had a real chance to consider it.
An evening meeting between President Obama and his Palestinian counterpart produced no shift in the Palestinian position and no flexibility in the US stance that at this stage it would veto any Palestinian move in the Security Council. Hanna, Al Jazeera, New York.